replacement for the PLCs and the control system. The other one would be to start preparing budget and materials information so we can start scoping replacing the fuel regulators beginning next year. The plan for that project is to replace one unit the first year and then follow up with the second unit. There will also be controls work needed to react to the new device that was replacing the old mechanical fuel regulator. And we'll also be working on the gas valves for each unit because they need to be rebuilt. So we have Bill online. Distribution projects. Big project is replacing the line in the alley between Warren and Park from Oak Street to Sycamore. They've completed the work between Oak and Center, starting to work on the section between Center and Elm. Set the standoffs so they can start setting poles. Still need to do the underground bore across Center Street. Next project, they completed the circuit upgrade over in the commercial area east of Moonlight, south of Lincoln. There was an undersized temporary system, and they basically put in a 200 amp service, correct? Called in utility relocates to start rebuilding the overhead circuit along Bedford between Warren and Westside Park. Again, upgrade an old, replace an old line. And then there's two projects that impact the Conestoga mobile home park. A small one was just replacing a crossing of Commodore Street, which ties into quite a bit of the area just to the west of the clubhouse and pool. And they're also beginning the replacement just a little bit west of the Energy Center. There's a north-south line, a dual line running. It's got a new line and the old line. They're going to start doing the underground work to cut off, probably I may lean on Bruce to kind of clarify for me here, but basically there's three lines serving Conestoga and also the Energy Center and two commercial properties north of Santa Fe. This project will cut all the service off of the old underground system and transfer it to the new line. It will also eliminate both the old underground system and the old underground, above, and I'm really lost on this one. Basically, by the time it's all over, there's going to be one new line with new services, and if there is indeed an outage in Conestoga, they can go down and look up and see the door open, and that's the feeder they're looking for. And thank you for bearing with me on that one. And then the final one is the distribution parking lot, and I can talk about this one because it's a civil project. The parking lot's falling apart. It's asphalt. It's under heavy load for soils. We've completed the geotech work on it. We've got a recommendation to come back with 9 inches of fly ash, 6 inches of AB3 rock base, and a 7-inch concrete. The survey is in progress. Our plan is to complete plans, assuming we get the survey back by the 17th of July, open bids August 7th, and get a contract award on August 18th. And then we'll work during the project. We'll probably just have to relocate the equipment over to the Energy Center. It's going to be much. There's really no way to phase it. A couple other items. Our staff engineer attended a compliance workshop in Orlando for NERC compliance last month. Gas transmission line, I mentioned we had a KCC inspection. We responded to the information on that. We're working with, we have executed a limited service agreements with Black Hills, which Bill had been working on, and they never quite could get it together just to cover some field services, so we've got that going, and we're working with them for a more comprehensive turnkey contract to help us get ourselves back up to speed. And that will also please our friends at KCC. And finally, the distribution and generation staff repaired basically we had the cover over our transmission line. Our gas line was removed by soil erosion. That's been restored. It's been protected with riprap, and and that's completed except for getting the brush out. This was off next to the farm field south of I-35. Spill prevention, containment, and countermeasures plan is in progress. We've basically submitted most of the information they're looking for. We'll have our first site visit with the contractor Environ next week. Should have that wrapped up in a couple of months. And then finally, for the lease agreements for the replacement trucks, we're expecting the 2 small service trucks in, I think it was August 11. And then we received approval to get new leases on the small derrick digger and the large bucket truck for delivery in late March, early April next year. That's all I have.
That's a good report, Dave.
Thanks. And thanks for bearing with me through with some of my attempts at describing a power line.
Thank you.
Does any member have any other questions? Dave, that was a ton of information. Have you had a chance, I know you're doing plenty of things, have you had a chance to check and see where we are with that billing error that occurred a year and a half ago now? Finance had, their software had an issue where demand did not get recorded for 2 months for some of our larger commercial customers.
Okay.
And they were gonna get, the contractor was gonna get back to the finance department on how they were gonna fix it. We wanted to make sure that that couldn't happen again.
Okay, let me follow up with that.
And then we were gonna hopefully figure out at that point what, I think we were waiting on numbers from finance as well to know exactly how much was lost that wasn't collected revenue. And we're gonna present a recommendation to send the bill, or what we're gonna do with that.
Okay, I'll have to check.
Approximately 30,000, I would think.
Okay, I will have to check with them, because I apologize, I'm not familiar with that, but I will look into it. And
Yeah, it's just something that's been ongoing. It's
Okay.
not a high priority type of thing, I don't think, by the city right now. They've got many other things for the
Sure.
vicar, so, just thought I'd throw it
Okay.
back out.
Great, thank you.
Anything else?
One comment, I will not be at the next meeting. I've got previously planned to be out of town that meeting, but Greg and Tony will be here to talk about the RFP.
Would you prefer us to reschedule the meeting so that you can be?
It's up to you. I would be back the following week.
14th?
It's just I'll be going the first week of the week.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna give them enough time on that IRP, I mean, to
I
get
think-
it done and get it.
I think we'll have enough flow if we delay it 1 week, we'll still be able to be ready for the council.
Right, because we're not gonna present it until September.
Right, we're not presenting that till September 2nd, and I'll have to have that information to them probably 2 weeks prior to. But if we meet with you the second week of August, if that works.
I think that works.
So I will be back, I'll be back on the 10th, so 14th, if that's acceptable,
Yep.
you would much appreciate that.
Yep.
Works for me. Works for me. Amy, would you mind checking with Randy?
Not a problem.
Seeing if that's okay with him, and if so, I would say let's move it to the second week then.
Okay. We will make sure this room's available. Yeah, thank you very much. Laura is going to be in California, and we're going to be right there, so.
We're used to that previous regime.
It's not a fly fishing trip, so we'll let you survive.
Yeah. We are going to see some countries, I think.
I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
The meeting adjourned.
Great, thank you very much, and thanks for coming on the night before the 4th.
Yep.
We've got 45 minutes to see the fireworks. Oh.
Tomorrow night.
No.
Give you my phone
Oh,
number.
go to Edson tonight, go to Garden Grove.
961-0179.
Tonight for me, and then,
That's local.
Okay, you've got.
961-0179. 961-0179. Thank you so much for coming, I appreciate it. I was sure I could have tracked you down.
Oh, you would have known how to get a hold of me.
Oh, yeah.
They have my number.
Flash your badge, they block off that access.
Along the way.
I just want that with the parking garage.
just wanted to be
Yeah.
transferred to old.
Yeah, just what